Thomas Walker, a seasoned park ranger in his mid-40s, chose to spend his weekend unwinding with a quiet fishing trip at Greenwood Lake. Early that morning, brilliant white sunlight poured over the landscape, sparkling across the glassy water and illuminating the dense green forest encircling the lake. His small aluminum boat drifted effortlessly over the surface, leaving behind only faint ripples. Wearing his well-worn ranger hat and gripping his fishing rod, Thomas embraced the rare stillness nature offered him. Birds glided gracefully above, completing a peaceful and almost poetic weekend atmosphere. He inhaled deeply, taking in the earthy aroma of moist grass mixed with dry soil carried by the breeze. For Thomas, moments like this were essential. Brief escapes that helped him recover from the pressures of his demanding job. The lake appeared perfectly calm, reflecting the endless blue sky and towering trees like a flawless mirror. His boat slowly floated closer to the shoreline, where fresh green grass blended with cracked, sun-baked earth. As Thomas dropped his fishing line into the water, his body stayed alert while his mind remained at ease. The gentle splashing of water against the boat and the soft wind formed a soothing, natural rhythm. At that moment, Thomas had no idea his peaceful outing was about to turn into an unforgettable rescue mission. As he gazed across the lake, unfamiliar ripples disturbed the still surface in the distance. A small, dark shape moved awkwardly through the water, instantly drawing his attention. His ranger instincts kicked in. Something was clearly wrong. Thomas narrowed his eyes, focusing harder, and soon realized the shocking truth. A baby elephant was struggling to stay afloat. Only its head and tiny trunk emerged above the water as it fought desperately not to sink. Its wide eyes reflected fear and exhaustion from prolonged effort. Water streamed down its wrinkled skin, catching the harsh midday sunlight. Without hesitation, Thomas reeled in his fishing line and shifted his full attention to the helpless animal. The elephant stretched its short trunk upward, gasping weakly for air as the surrounding ripples intensified. Clear signs of fading strength. Carefully, Thomas guided his boat closer, ensuring his movements didn't startle the frightened creature. As he approached, he noticed dried mud and scratches covering the elephant's body. Concern filled Thomas's eyes. He knew the young elephant wouldn't survive alone for much longer. He spoke softly, offering reassurance even though the animal couldn't understand his words. Sensing safety, the elephant slowly swam toward the boat, gently pressing its trunk against the cold metal, silently begging for help. Thomas reached out, steadying it to keep it from slipping beneath the surface again. Summoning all his strength, Thomas managed to lift the exhausted elephant onto the soaked deck. Its small body shook violently from cold and fatigue as water poured from its dark skin. That's when Thomas noticed the real danger. A rusty steel wire tightly coiled around the elephant's hind leg. The flesh beneath was torn open, blood seeping into the lake water. The elephant whimpered softly, withdrawing its trunk in pain. Thomas's heart dropped. Kneeling carefully, he supported the injured leg to avoid worsening the wound. The wire had cut deeply, making removal difficult. Using a small knife from his gear, Thomas slowly sliced the wire into pieces. Each movement caused the elephant to groan faintly, yet it remained remarkably calm. Sweat streamed down Thomas's face under the blazing sun. At last, the wire fell away, exposing the bleeding injury. Thomas exhaled in relief, though he knew immediate medical care was still needed. He gently brushed the elephant's head, offering comfort. From his backpack, he pulled out a clean cloth and tightly wrapped the wounded leg. Gradually, the bleeding slowed. The elephant's eyes softened as it sensed the care it was receiving. Once secure, Thomas carefully positioned the elephant to keep it steady as he steered the boat toward shore. Sunlight reflected off the water, and the surrounding trees seemed to stand witness to the rescue. The elephant lay quietly, occasionally moving its trunk. Thomas watched closely, monitoring every breath. After reaching land, he radioed fellow rangers. Together, they transferred the elephant into a rescue vehicle. The bright white bandage contrasted sharply against its dark skin. The vehicle sped toward Greenwood Ranger Station, where veterinarians immediately examined the injury. They cleaned the wound, stitched torn tissue, and applied fresh medical dressings. Thankfully, the injury wasn't life-threatening. Exhaustion and stress were the main dangers. Relief washed over Thomas. The elephant was placed in a sheltered semi-wild enclosure lined with soft straw. Soon, it began eating again. Its eyes no longer showed fear. Thomas visited daily, watching its steady recovery. One afternoon, he gave the elephant a name, Hope, symbolizing the second chance it had been given. Hope gently wrapped its trunk around Thomas's hand, as if understanding. Laughter echoed through the sunlit ranger station. Over time, Hope grew stronger, walking confidently as the bandages were removed. Visitors, especially children, came to see the young elephant, smiling as they touched its trunk. Thomas often observed from afar, content and proud. Though Hope's mother was never found, the rangers continued searching while caring for Hope with dedication. Each day, the elephant grew healthier and more curious. Its footsteps echoed across grass and dry earth. Hope's story inspired many, and Thomas Walker would forever remember the quiet weekend that transformed a fragile life into a symbol of survival.